It's very important to me that the room helps in the healing, right? And so the materials that I will have to use in the room should all contribute to healing. And, as the ceiling is as important, the floor is also. Hi, my name is Dr. Glenn Roy V. Paraso. I'm the Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director of Mary Johnston Hospital, Incorporated. Mary Johnston Hospital, it's a 120-bed capacity hospital that's located right smack in the middle of Tondo, the most populous demographic here in Metro Manila. It was started by a first woman missionary doctor in 1906. She was brought out here by then the Methodist Episcopal Church. So she came straight out of med school. To start off, they said, look, we have a hospital that we're going to build halfway across the world in the Philippines. And she started this hospital as a one-room birthing home affair until it became bigger and bigger. And from a maternal and child health focused hospital, we added other departments and to become the tertiary and training hospital that it is today. When I came back in 2016, I started the tagline in the hospital. We did not have one. So I thought, what would best picture what we're doing in the hospital? And I came up with the tagline of healing together. Healing together is, going two ways. When the patients come in and they're infirm, the doctors and nurses look at them and diagnose and treat them. So they're healed. The patients go home to the community, and when they go back to the community, they are healed. So the community is healed. But when they leave the hospital, the doctors and nurses are also healed because they have become the instruments for that healing. So, there's healing together that's happening. And I think that's the purpose of what we're trying to do. I think God's healing is a design. Not only then in relationships. I see that, it's like the house. The house also has to heal. So I thought that, the conceptual space of healing should also be patient-centered. Now, I have to have an enabling environment to heal. And it's very important to me that the room helps in the healing, right? And so the materials that I will have to use in the room, the lights, the shading of the room, the environment of the room should all contribute to healing. And, as the ceiling is as important, the floor is also. So, when the patient gets out of the bed, it's the floor that the patient steps on. Diba? All the germs are on the floor. The floor has to be clean and it has to last a long time because that's all part of the healing process. So if you enable the environment to heal, you get the best materials available, then healing would be more satisfactory. Then we will be healing together, which is our tagline. I had to look at the price points. I had to look at the quality of the materials. And the representative who was talking to you, actually it made a big deal with talking. Because if you're cold, then that only gives you a picture of what the company is. If you're warm and you're always going out of your way and making your client, be cleared up with any queries, then that gives you an added plus on, if this is the kind of person that the company has, then I think the product's going to speak for itself. So, quality, representation of the company, and just being, transparent with what the process is. I thought to me, those were very important in picking out vision over the other companies. Kasi you don't feel like the person's making a fast buck, but rather, what are your needs? And when she started off, what do you need? Then that got me already. So that was a plus. So those things that you look for the quality of the company. If you look at how best you can heal a person, you have to consider the science and the art of it, right? So there's always the science and the art of it. So you don't go to a doctor, that's the science. When the doctor talks to you and tells you what you're sick of, that's the art. It also goes for the environment, right? So it's a complete package. Healing is only complete if the environment enables you to become whole, right? So it is always a holistic approach. Now, as I was going at the floors, I was saying, everybody walks over them, right? Meetings and decisions come and go over them, right? So emergencies can happen over them. So my floors should be safe. My floors should be of quality. And they should last, right? Because they have to become an investment. So eventually, you will have to decide for sustainability. I'm not one who would want to have, floors that will last me 2 to 3 years. No, because as the hospital is, it's been here 1906. So we're 117 years old now. So I'm looking forward to the next 117 years now. And I won't be here, but the floors will be here, right? And that's going to speak for itself. Again, healing together is a concept that is holistic. There are different types of services that can be offered. And your company looks at a very important part of a health system. Because I look at the health system in quadrants, right? There's capacity, there's information, there's financing, and lastly, there's sustainability. Your company looks at sustainability, right? Why so? Because the products and the services that you give go beyond the now. It is a product that is built for the future. But to get to the future, you have to have a very good foundation of the now. That's what your product is. That's what your service is. Capacities, information, and financing are all parts of what your product offers, right? The capacity of your flooring, the materials that you use, the kind of information that is available, and then a very good financing scheme that is affordable for the hospital. When you put all of this together, it's a whole quadrant of sustainability. So I guess that's what your company speaks for now. It is in the long run talking about sustainability. Because if you want to be in health, you have to be intergenerational, and your product can become intergenerational in its approach.